First item to deal with today is I'm going to replace the oil pan now. So, got a new pan. Can't remember, I think I got this from Nengun. Whoops. Oh, nice. Nice work. Okay. So here's the old oil pan. I don't know if you can see, there's a pretty significant dent in there. The car was pretty low when I got it. So low that, like, my driveway is not that hard to get into, and I scraped the downpipe on the exhaust getting out of my driveway. So yeah, it's no surprise that this has a big ding in it. So that can definitely affect oil pressure. So I'm gonna replace this pan, the new one. It's a bit of a shame I just changed the oil, but oh well, I'll keep the filter but put in new oil. I forgot to actually film myself putting the pan in, but it's pretty uneventful. Just bolted up no problem and just scraped away any of the extra sealant. Fun stuff happening in the garage today. I'm gonna do, let's see here. We are going to get some blue paint on these rear calipers. What else? Jeez, I have a really good memory. I am going to get this shifter kind of set up where I want it. And there was one more thing. Oh yeah, right. I am going to replace these struts. It's like a classic Pulsar failure point. These struts no longer hold the boot lid up. Struts here, and then I have the new shifter. I have an extender, and I tried it with the full extender. I didn't really like it, so I may cut the extender like right here and just run that much of an extension. These threads are all rusty. Like, this thing's been floating at the bottom of the ocean. Floating at the bottom? Like this thing was submerged. So I'm going to chase these threads out. Hopefully I have the right tap for this size. So I measured the shaft on the shifter in the car. It's an M10 by 1.25. I have this thread pitch measuring tool. So that's what this is. The threads are just really corroded and dirty, so I'm gonna just chase the threads out with a tap here. Yeah, it's a lot of sludge coming out of there. There we go. Nice clean threads. I mean, this is kind of nice, but I don't really love the style of it. I feel like I'm driving my 1-ton truck. So I'm probably gonna cut it like here. Alright, we got our blue sprayed on our rear calipers here. Looking pretty blue. Here's the front calipers. So, close enough for me. Looks pretty sweet. So last project for the night is to get these struts in. The new struts have a bit of a different mounting scheme. They got kind of like this threaded ball end. So I have to grind these ones off, and I think I have to bend this bracket this way a little bit because the strut sticks out pretty far. So I'll probably unscrew this and then bend it in the vise or whatever, and then just replace one strut at a time. I just have the vise grips holding this up right now, or else it would just close on my head. So well, that definitely took some persuasion, but I got this one in here. So I had to bend both brackets for better clearance. This is kind of like I had a lock nut on there and that kind of like spherical joint, and I ended up with the top one is so tight that I had to like grind the nut off down to like nothing and bend the bracket quite a bit. But hey, it works. So now I just got to do the same thing the other side, and no more trunk problem. Just finished my tidy up. I would say today was a complete success. So I got these. I don't know if you appreciate how much of a novelty it is having a Pulsar trunk that actually stays up on its own. So that's all done. Beautiful. And we got some paint on the rear brakes like so, and we got the shifter in. Nice. Alright, sweet. Well, we'll see you next time.